Okay, let's go. We have a very, very special video today. This is a video for the PUNCH Audio Martilo. This is a new brand that came out. It is a $279 set if you purchase it with the card, which I think is going to last for, I'm actually not sure how it's going to last, how long, but at $279 I absolutely wreck. If you are a subscriber to my channel, thank you for the support. Go ahead and comment below. This is going to go out expeditiously, like Critical's collab. I believe somebody got that really before the Meta. Somebody got that before they even sent that out. I also did the same with DX1. I think most people didn't get it yet, and the guy that won here did get it. I'll try to do that with my community because this is a special set. I'll kind of explain it. The tuning of this is actually brilliant for me. It is, they said 200 hertz, and on this graph, pretty much, let's say 210, but it's really about 200 hertz where this just starts to take off and go up and has a lot of power. And then it's got its nice flat porch mids with a very slight gradual ear gain that peaks at 3K and then starts to fall away. It's a lot like the Kiwi Ears collab that I did with just a little bit more energy in the upper mids, which makes it sound a little more clean and clear when it comes to vocals and other stuff. Would I recommend this over my own collab? I would, because of price. And if you're feeling like, whoa, bro, I actually recommend sets over my own collabs frequently because let's keep it real. If people buy my collabs, which are all well and done well, I'm very happy for it, but there's going to be sets that come along that I think are better. And I better say so because people smell BS very quickly, especially if they watch reviews for a long time. So I'll get to that quickly. Do I think this is a better set? I think it's very competitive, and because it's a cheaper set by, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60, $70, depending on the price that you get it at, I think this would be the better set, and the tuning is very similar, and it might be an improvement to some people. If you bought that set, I appreciate it. If you haven't bought and you're in the market, I would definitely suggest getting more opinions on this set versus that set. Going to be given away to somebody that comments below. It's using 2 dynamic drivers and 2 branded balanced armatures. It's also got a planar at the top, which runs into really the only thing that I would think that I wouldn't have picked that. ESTs would be my first choice, but they're more expensive. That's why prices for sets with ESTs are typically more expensive. Balanced armatures from maybe Sonian or Knowles, like their Super Tweeter, I might have gone with first, but the planar issue that I have with planars is usually in the upper mids from between 1K and about 3 to 4K. And Michael Bruce from Short Bus, a lot of the retunes that he does, or I think his basic theory is similar to mine. Planars are better when they got a slightly lowered upper mid shelf. It kind of allows the rest of it to play through well. And when you emphasize that and you start to get the harmonics more pronounced and forward, you start to take away from what is the benefit of planar drivers. In my opinion and ears, and it seems to be Mike kind of thinks the same thing. This is apparently taking care of the mids, the treble really, and not the upper mids, from about 5K past, and it's all lower than what precedes it. So I'm not picking it up in a negative way, but the only thing that I really would point out if I was just completely diving in on this set would be I probably would have gone with a branded driver as the treble and not a planar, but that's like a placebo level thing. It's like the branded BAs. Can you really hear it? It's not really the thing. It's about transparency is kind of what my warpath is. So you can calculate that. Also calculate the bias. I've been saying to Linsol for years he ought to make a company that is dedicated to people that have a library, which really rock and roll and everything that I listen to. A nice, not overly done mid bass, but really lifts up and makes the rhythm section sound potent. And if you do switch over to a hip hop library, it takes care of that in spades. Why not do that and have a brand that really takes care of that community? And then a company, and I did a collab with last summer, and it really fell apart in multiple ways, and I won't even mention the company. A lot of those people that got burned are you're watching my channel and you came in and you saw the video and you purchased it and you were early and you waited a very, very, very long time and you never really got clear explanations, and sometimes you didn't get any replies. You didn't get your apology until they were offering you another set. That really burned me. And back in August I said to Linsol, none of this stuff would happen if you guys were in control completely of a brand. the scale wouldn't matter, whether it's 500, 1,000, 5,000 sets. That wouldn't matter at all when you've got the whole supply chain in your hands. The radio quiet wouldn't be something that you would do. So please consider the market, because it's obviously there based on many companies. When they do a low-end centric set, they usually, if they're done and tuned well and not ridiculous, going all the way back to Empire Ears, Fear Audio, lots of companies, when they release a well done bass set, they tend to sell well because our community is always looking. Why not make a brand for the community? So in that sense, I had some influence, but otherwise, no. Critical is a good example. Critical created his own foundation brick and mortar shop first, and then he created his brand. Now Critical has complete control and insight into everything. All of the sets, he can say, it's a Hangout exclusive. And he knows exactly how many are sold and how many are produced, because they're not going to make more than he requests or that they think are going to sell. He has complete control over the production. If he allows other people to sell it, he has to give them a better price, because everybody has to make their profit. But their order, their batch, it is a number known. So it doesn't matter if he sells it only or he sells it plus he allows Headphones.com or another company. He has trust but verify packaged together plus contract. So there is no trust us bro going on. So somebody said it's named Punch Audio, it must be close to HPB. I haven't yet really had a collab that went perfectly. like everything, the whole thing. That would require me to go to China and to sit down with people face to face, make eye contact, shake hands, do paper contracts, and I'm doing that in September. That's something that's been talked about for a couple of months, because I'm not in any projects right now. Because it's I won't get into it and create a negative video, but Critical is doing the way that it can be done, and it's the only way that can be done. You've got to have trust, but you have to verify, because business is business, and I'm not in that spot, and there's absolutely no way that I would be releasing a brand with basically trust us pro level business. There's absolutely no way. Think about it for just a second, please. If you've ever been told, transfer is going to be on this day, and then 3 days later you're like tapping on someone's shoulder in DM saying, I'm sorry, but it's the 4th of the month. Is there any? Oh, we're on holiday. Or like, I won't even get into it. But if you're a stickler about business, this whole thing would make your head explode. The only way to do this accurately is to do it the way the Critical is doing. And I don't think that's I don't think there's anything but intention that the shop was done before the brand was open, because I don't think you can really do it any other way. Would I ever open a brand? I would have to have my own sales company, like sell audio, and I honestly really don't think that's ever going to happen, so no. I will do collabs in the future after I sign a contract, or build a stronger trust where I meet people, talk to people, tour the factory, build up, sign paperwork with expectations, and there's no more trust us bro. The verify and the everything kind of goes up. At that stage, the collabs will continue. That's why I'm not doing any right now, because the last one, which was the company I'm not going to mention, that just was so bad on so many levels that I took time away from my son. That literally was, I apologize hundreds of times for stuff that I really had no control over. I'm not going through that again. It's not worth it. My name is already on earphones that are around the world. Every continent, maybe except Antarctica. I think there's people that got my earphones in their ear. The ego part of it and all of that, and I don't need the money, so I'm not going through that again until it's done in a more professional way, a la Critical. He did it the way it's supposed to be done. That's the way it should be done. That's the roadmap for people to do it in the future. I don't think I'll ever go down that path. Having said all of that, this is kind of what I've been suggesting for years. So I want to take a little bit of credit here while denying being like it's my company or something. I have said for a long time that I think there should be a company dedicated to people that take care of the low end. But if you watch my channel, you know I've been saying that. And then the first release comes out, and it looks like a total champ. And the cable was obviously thought about, and I didn't know what the cable was until it came out of the box. And the box isn't just like another copy of. I honestly thought it was going to be like this when I got it. And then when the package came, it was a fatter package. So I thought, did they send me two? Because this is almost like two of these stacked right here. I literally thought that, and then opened it up, and my first smile was just looking at the box, because it's clearly different. It's clearly had thought put into it. Not that this didn't, but I wanted I was hoping better for what this was going to be, because it's your first impression. You don't get a second chance, you know all that. So first impression of this set is excellent. The tuning is excellent. In its price range, I think it's a market shaker. After the discount goes away and it's at $320, I still think it's an ultra competitive set and maybe the best option if you have a library like mine. I'll let you go at that. Punch Audio Martillo. I thought Martillo was a Shakespeare character for a second. Heart drop, because I thought that's and then someone came into chat and said that means hammer. I think that's maybe Spanish. That does make sense. It's not a Shakespeare character. It's a word from another language that means hammer, so it all makes sense, and it looks really good. You guys have an awesome weekend. Don't forget to comment below, give the video a thumbs up. Fantastic release from a new company, and they've got a couple other ones in the pipeline. If you're a budget buyer and you can't afford stuff over $50, there is going to be a single DD coming out. Don't know what that tuning is, and there's going to be a planar DD combo that I hope the planar is in the low end, because that's kind of something that I've talked about as well, but I don't know for sure about that, so I won't speculate beyond that. But there's 3 sets so far, and then there'll be a collab coming, not with me first, but hopefully me down the road. I'll do a collab with this company because it's kind of destiny, and it definitely won't go as bad as the other one that I won't mention. You guys have an awesome weekend. I'll probably see you on the unboxing channel in a couple hours, because I'm going to be posting who won the Arcanus. You guys have a good weekend. I'm out.